You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the March 20th meeting of the LaPorte County Board of Commissioners. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
I'd like to call to order the LaPorte County Commissioners meeting Thursday, March 20th, 2025 at 10 a.m. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
One nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Commissioner Hollifield, he is absent. Commissioner Grammarosa.
Present.
Commissioner Haney.
Present.
You have a majority, so you have a quorum.
Okay, so we're going to consider the agenda, but we need to add two things to the agenda. Under request, we need to add under E, per IC code 311-1.5, requesting order receding commissioners' precinct authority to the County Election Board for City of LaPorte due to annex. And then the other thing we would need to add under request for F, consider permission for travel to Kissimmee, Florida, May 28th through the 30th for All Rise Conference for Judge Greta Freeman and the drug court team.
I make a motion to add those two. Oh.
Are we missing something?
Can I ask you to take off 11B? We're just not ready to move forward with that contract till the next meeting.
So also to remove 11B.
All right, so moved.
I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consider approval of the March 15, 2025 minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consideration of claims, starting with payroll.
Payroll ending 3/7/2025, $1,527,018.57.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The operating expense claims, $5,046,311.89.
Motion to approve the claims as presented.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to public comment.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Dean White, 3066 North Highway 35 at the old Pine Lake Farmers Grange Hall. And I have two issues to address this morning, so I appreciate the allowed time for each individually. First, this last Sunday afternoon, a vehicle driving southbound on Route 35 just after the toll road overpass and a residential area, he drove off the road at a dangerous curve and slammed into the woods abruptly, stopped by large trees, causing critical injury. Every year, there are multiple accidents at this dangerous curve of Highway 35, causing critical injury and death. Our complaints to Commissioner Joe Haney have been helpful to alleviate some accidents. Recognizing a lack of warning signage has been partially addressed with a large yellow arrow that was not there to let people know there was a curve coming up. Also, Joe helped to install a small sign for the semi-trucks to stop engine braking prior to this sharp curve on Highway 35 in a residential area. This has been somewhat helpful for residents. This southbound section of highway is a straightaway downhill drive directly impacting this heavily wooded area. It's not visible at night because there's no streetlights at all to point it out. And it's poorly judged even during the day. This accident on Sunday was during the day. This last Sunday's crash was addressed by our county sheriff department and Action Towing to remove the vehicle in the woods. It's a private property, and I made a phone call to Action Towing to come back to the site and clean up the vehicle debris. And he stated he was only responsible for clearing the roadway, and the county sheriff at the site stated at this occurrence he did not have to sort out this wreckage from others because accidents happen here frequently. So the debris is still there. I asked the commissioners to discuss this with the Indiana Department of Transportation to at least take notice for resolution and put perhaps a guardrail with reflectors to save lives and property. That's my first issue.
So maybe after the meeting, I'll give you the number for the NDOT, which is the state, because that's a state road.
I understand that, but I don't have as much clout as the county commissioners would, and also the response to these vehicle accidents involves the county sheriff's department, the fire department, and also ambulance. So I think that has to be addressed by the commission as well.
So you've asked Joe for the other stuff. You want us to address this now?
I'm
I
happy
can
to
do
reach
it.
out to NDOT.
I can do it, but
Yes,
is that what you
please.
want us to do now?
Yes, I'd rather you do that.
You want us to do it?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll take care of it.
Thank you. And then secondly, once again here regarding this Vista View at Waverly and Pine Lake Avenue. And I just wanted to show you a picture of the large photograph in the County Highway Department's office that states Great Lakes wetlands. Preserve them unimpaired for future generations. So it's a natural resource that we really need to preserve and also be able to see. It's surrounded by trees all the way around, even to Stone Lake. So at this point, no results or cooperation from LaPorte County, specifically Connie and Steve Hollifield. Spring is upon us, and it's much easier and less costly to create this inspirational view. Our county environmental department, Paul Vicari, and Chris Havens, I've discussed with frequently. Our city and county parks department have spent countless hours and expense to initiate plans for this clearing. Now they are at a standstill waiting for direction. So I made an appointment to discuss this with Steve Hollifield, Commissioner. In the meeting, after I expressed the importance to our veterans, our residents, to tourism, and my commitment as a past board manager of the LaPorte County Convention and Visitors Bureau for a 6-year term, Steve expressed his feelings and beliefs. He stated, "I don't believe in tourism. I don't travel on vacations and see other vista views in the United States. I am a farmer. I stay at home. I see no financial benefit for the LaPorte County to clear this magnificent view and the additional expense to maintain this view in our future. It will cost money. LaPorte County," he says, is in a deficit now and will probably be in the future. Maybe we could sell this land and let people build cottages at this site, he said. At that moment, you, Connie Grammarosa, walked into our conversation, showing me original plat of this property divided into small parcels, proclaiming this was a subdivision, not a Vista View. Well, this was many years ago. It was not even Soldiers Memorial Park back then either. I'm not favorable to this diversion of creating this beautiful Vista View.
Now you're putting words into my mouth, and you are lying, sir. I never said that I was not in support of that.
No, I didn't say that. I said that you brought the photograph in.
I showed you that it was, I told you it was never established as a Vista View.
Right.
It was never established.
Correct.
Bring us paperwork where it was established as a Vista View.
No, that's impossible.
You're the only one that calls it a Vista View, sir.
Well, I have
Well,
pictures.
At this point in time, it's just public comment. Complete
Okay.
your comment. You've
Thank
been
you.
up there, and then we'll just move forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So, I push to honor Soldiers Memorial Park and this magnificent view of Stone Lake and our precious wetlands. So, I'll be happy to discuss this with your attorney in a meeting and see if we could go further with it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment?
Hi, my name is Cheryl Gall. My address is 8473 East Lakeshore Drive in Hudson Lake. I don't know if you guys are aware of the problems we're having on the lake road out there. We've got people from different cities coming and putting piers in front of our homes. This went before Judge Alaviso's last August. You can look it up on the court records. Roger Tuska, Sandy Tuska, took it to court. It's 46C01-2405-PL-001147. Judge Alavisos decided in their favor that the land goes underneath Lakeshore Drive into the lake, that the homeowners have the right to put a pier out, only the homeowners, unless they give permission to someone else. I have contacted Kevin Wheatbrook and spoke with him. I gave him the name and number from a woman in DNR. She said the county could come and put signs up, letting the public be aware. Okay, Kevin got back with me, said that it's doing the back and forth game. This has been going on for way too many years. DNR is in charge, county's in charge. DNR already said they can put up signs on the homeowner's side of the road. I even called Kevin the other day and left a message that he has my permission. I will give him written permission to put a sign up on my property to put a stop to this. I received a message yesterday. I'm assuming it was Kevin Wheatbrook. I don't know for a fact. He's saying that he had a bunch of calls, that the LaPorte County Sheriff's Office is involved, the FBI is involved. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but I just want a stop to what's going on in front of my home. I mean, we have people come down there from all over partying all night long. It's insane.
So if you'll just give your phone number to Diane, and then we'll have the attorney address it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment? Seeing no one else for public comment, we'll move on to department head comment.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rachel
Good morning.
Delaney, LaPorte County Animal Shelter. I am here today to ask for permission to approach the council for 3 new fob doors and cameras not to exceed $30,000 from our donation account for the animal shelter. Currently, one of our locks is not functional on the front door from the outside, and we need those cameras for security reasons and also safety.
Pleasure of the,
I'll make a motion. You want to approach the council at the end of this month?
Correct.
Okay, I'll make a motion so that you can do that. Just make sure for them you've got some quotes, because
Okay.
they'll want to make sure that they see 3 for that.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so we have a motion, and I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Additionally, one of our vehicles stopped working this morning, and I'm concerned that we're going to have an issue with having 2 operating vehicles. We are approaching 150,000 miles on that vehicle, so I would like to start to explore other options of obtaining a new vehicle and be able to get quotes for that additionally and then come back.
So this will help. If you go to the sheriff's garage and they analyze the vehicle and tell you what's wrong with the vehicle and whether, they think that it's close to the end of its life, once you get that information, then you can start the process of trying to replace the vehicle.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Just wanted to give you a report from the Juvenile Services Center. Last time I was here, I promised that I'd start coming on a regular basis, and I'm keeping that promise. Couple things. I just wanted to give a clarified description of the center, just to kind of let people know who and what we really are and what we do at the center. Under the canopy of the Juvenile Services Center are 5 separate functions. The first function is we are a juvenile detention center, and it has 12 beds. That's on one side. On the other side is an emergency shelter care unit, or non-secure side, and we have 12 beds on that side. And the emergency shelter care is for those who have not been charged in some cases, and also juvenile delinquents who are being detained by the courts. And these are primarily status offenses. On our juvenile detention side, we also house youth that have been charged as an adults, and those are called direct files. We also take care of a NOVA program where we have one here in LaPorte, which is housed in our building, and also one in Michigan City. Under our canopy also is a day reporting function where we work with LaPorte and Michigan City area schools. And we also have a group called the Community Supervisors, and that's a team of about 4 people. And they deal with outreach to those on house arrest or on GPS monitoring. As of yesterday, we are currently servicing 25 youth, 2 on the residential side, 6 on the secure side, and 3 of those are direct files or adult. They've been charged with adult charges. Our Michigan City NOVA is currently engaging 3 youth. Our LaPorte NOVA, which is housed in our building, has 4, and we have 11 youth on GPS, 0 on home detention and 0 in day reporting. And so right now we're servicing approximately 25 youth. Our academy is going well. Sometime in November of last year, we partnered with an Indiana accredited academy where you can actually get a degree, and we do that virtually within on the secure side. A lot of those youth that come in, they're not able to function well in the school, and this helps them to actually get a degree. Currently, we have 3 people in the academy. 1 is actually in our facility, and once they leave our facility, we give them a laptop, and they're able to get their degree at home virtually. So we have a total of 3 in the Athens Virtual Academy. We have 1 new hire named Robert Sims. Also some new developments. We're looking at getting a new roof beginning in March, and I want to thank the commissioners for your assistance and help with that. Greatly appreciate it. Our new generator arrived yesterday, and we'll be going before the council to request a new gym floor, and also want to thank the commissioners for your help with that. It's greatly appreciated by staff and the children. We're happy to announce that we did receive 3 new vehicles, and we'll be picking up those vehicles shortly, and that's going to be a tremendous help to us in transporting the kids safely in vehicles that fit our purposes. Upcoming training, we have one of our supervisors who will be attending the University of Louisville for safe crisis management. As you know, we do soft restraints in the jail. We don't use physicality. And I know I'm on the agenda to request permission to travel in June, but they had an opening this week, and I'd also like to request, or next week I'd like to request permission for one of our supervisors to go to that training that happens next week.
Is it going to require hotel?
Yes.
So then, Mr. DiMartino, can we add it to this agenda so that this way they have the approval to get their hotel rooms?
Yeah, you can amend the agenda, shoot.
Okay.
So what exactly are we, where are they going?
We're going to send one to Louisville, Kentucky, at the University of Louisville. It's a mandatory training that we have to have, and it's an instructor school. So we'll send.
We actually have that one on the agenda.
Yes, there's one in June, but there's an opening now. We want to send one now, and then we can send one or two at the June.
Mr. Campbell, can I ask you one question
Yes,
about
sir.
that? So what level of person needs to have this mandatory training? Is it like, it's mandatory training, obviously, by the state requires it?
Yes.
Okay, and so everybody has to go through that mandatory training?
We usually have supervisors or those who we perceive are going to be in a supervisory position.
And so then when they come back, they train the people?
That is correct, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
an instructor school, so that we don't send a bunch of people down. We send 3 instructors down, and then they come back and train the staff on a yearly basis.
That meets the requirements.
Okay.
Okay.
So the pleasure of the board?
I'd make a motion to approve both the, might as well do them both now, make a motion to approve your request for this additional travel for training now, as well as the one in June, if that's all
Thank you.
right with you.
So I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. And the last thing, just up to date since for 2025, the Juvenile Services Center has received $240,424.98 in DCS funds for what we do with the kids, and that goes directly into the general fund. And that'll be it for me. Thank you.
I'd just like to say thank you, and you know, I've been spending a little bit of time down there last couple of months, and we really do appreciate everything that you and the whole entire staff does.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It shows in the children too. I mean, they're very respectful, and they really do like the staff there, so.
We appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's a direct reflection of our staff. And at this point, they really feel appreciated. You know, just when the stopping by, seeing to our concerns, the phone calls asking if we need anything, those have all contributed to the well-being of our department. Thank you.
Moving on, any other department heads? Hearing none, we'll move on to request. Under A, consider permission to set up a stand for epilepsy awareness on March 26th. Would you like to come up? Tell us a little bit about your group and
Okay. My name is Teresa Lentner, and I live in Stillwell, 3368 South State Road, 104. I have epilepsy. I've been having seizures most of my life. I can't work anymore. I'm only 46 years old. I had what they call a cluster seizure. They couldn't get it to stop in 2019. I was in the hospital, and then I was in a coma, and then I was in a nursing home. And to me, this is so important, because if just getting the word out about epilepsy is I talk about it all the time, anytime I can. I mean, I know people don't understand statistics. I mean, some of the stuff I don't even understand still. But if you can put a face to all these words, it does help. And I worked for Carl at McFalls for years, and that's how I know Steve. And they treated me like family. They didn't ostracize me for having epilepsy, and that happens. People don't understand. They see stuff on TV, and there's 40 different kinds of seizures. Personally, I have 3. Right now, I only notice it, but I am. Now, I also have the ones where I fall on the floor and I start twitching and people freak out. That's my mom, my sister, and my nephew. They have been, my family's my rock. My son, he started to have to call 911 when he was just very young. I have to see the look in his eyes and their eyes after I have a seizure, and they're terrified. I don't remember that stuff. It takes me days to remember. I lost 20 years after one seizure. I didn't remember my son was born. It took days. And people see me that happen, and they don't know what to do. The Epilepsy Foundation and I got certified for seizure first aid. I am a volunteer and I applied to be an ambassador advocate to go to the House of Representatives. So since I have not been able to work, I've really put everything into this. This is something that, I also have RA. I can barely walk sometimes. The last seizure I had, I fractured my spine in 3 separate places. These things happen. And knowing how to recognize these things can actually save a life. They really can. So if I can bring, I have this bag, and I put my money into it because I feel like it's my responsibility to educate. And it's not, if you don't understand what epilepsy is, then whose fault is it really? Nobody knows. People don't understand things until it affects their lives. Cancer, autism, everybody has a cause. I donate to all of them because not one is any more important than the other. This is mine because I want to see children not have to go through what I've gone through, and the families, because it hurts the families just as much. I have small lesions on my brain from this years and years of seizures, and that happens. I'm on 3 different medications.
So the bag, you have filled it with all kinds of
Little goodies.
like information about
Yep.
the different diseases and how it can help people?
Yeah. Well, this one is from the Epilepsy Foundation. They sent me some stuff. They're sending me some more with resources.
Okay.
This one is to information about seizure first aid. I honestly did not realize how different it was from regular first aid. So it's really, it's got cartoons. It's really cool. So there's that.
So now is March 26th the actual official day?
That's why I wanted it. It's
Okay.
actual Purple Day. It was, it's basically an International Awareness Day, and there's others, but this was the first one that was coming up, so I wanted to choose it just to get the town introduced to epilepsy and not do this whole, that's why I didn't want to. I'm not the kind of person that goes up and asks for money especially for something they don't know about. They look at me like I'm crazy. So my sister and I, we made things, and this is just basically a Purple Day ribbon, and it says thank you for your support. My sister has been doing it because with my RA, it's gotten pretty bad. So it's hard for me to write and stuff. So I have a lot of help from my family. And I got, you might want to, can I bring this up?
Sure. Actually, what you can do is if you can leave like a bag for us, for the commissioners. Yeah, and
I
then,
only brought one.
no, okay.
My sister made those.
Oh, they're beautiful. Very, very pretty. Very nice.
So that's going to be in each one. These are going to have different epilepsy facts on each one. I had the.
You're going to have to go back to the mic and speak at the mic. So basically what you're asking for right now is just permission to go ahead on the day of the awareness, be able to be out there in front of the courthouse and actually give out these bags to bring awareness to our community.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I have a few questions.
No problem.
If that's okay. You're talking about the front of the courthouse along Lincoln Way? Where were
Wherever you want to put me.
So typically where we put them is by the bus stop?
Right. Well, so are they going to go to the same place along the bus stop, not to the place where the other folks, Right to Life folks went, where we had the electric set up?
Correct.
Because do you need electric or no?
No.
Okay. And you're bringing your own stuff?
Bring it all. Yep. All I needed was your guys' permission and to tell me a time. And I want you to know, I'm also working with the town about starting a support group for epilepsy. The thing about it is that, I mean, and I just as an example, when I was going online and searching for things that say epilepsy awareness, very, very few things. I mean, there's, and I feel bad about saying this, so you find autism, you find cancer, you find all of that stuff. But you don't really find epilepsy. So I'm trying to put a spotlight on epilepsy so people know about it. And like I said, if I could do this for every single disease, I would. I can't afford it. So I'm working with the Health Foundation of LaPorte to start a support group. The Epilepsy Foundation is going to support me in that. And they once that goes through, they would like to link with the support group and have them, help with it. I planned on having doctors, virtual type things from speakers, basically. And it is so important for people to be able to connect. I personally can't go online for very long to do these support groups. I'm not the kind of person that is an angry person about, I don't let it define me. I just don't. And I don't think anger is a way to present your cause. You get more, what is it, flies with honey than salt or something, whatever.
Okay, so just so we can,
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay.
No, that's all right.
So what time would you like to be out there? From what time to what time?
I was thinking we have 100 bags, and
Okay.
so if we want to start at 10.
The notice says 10 to 5.
Yeah,
but,
okay. That works. I just picked it off the top of my head.
Okay, so then we'll see if we can get a motion to approve awareness for March 26 from 10 to 5.
I'll make a motion to approve the request.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. You're doing a wonderful thing.
Thank you. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
And you'll let me know if where
No
to go and
problems. You'll
everything.
just be able to set up that day.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Consider permission to approach the council for additional appropriations. Marika Beatty. Community Correction Director.
Good morning, Marika Beatty, Community Corrections Director. I have 3 things that I would like to present to the council, and I need your permission for. The first thing is our lease agreements for our GPS units. We had to cut our budget severely short last budget session, and so we are right now $12,000 in the hole, so we need to go before the council so that we can get that straightened out. The second one is we are hosting, it's a CP, it's a Correctional Program Checklist Community Supervision Agency. It's the University of Cincinnati in conjunction with the Indiana Department of Corrections and all of the correctional agencies throughout the state of Indiana. We are one of the host sites for one of the trainings. And so I wanted to be able to provide maybe a continental breakfast and maybe some light snacks in the afternoon. We're going to be at the Healthcare Foundation, so I need permission to go before the council to ask if we can provide those snacks. And also, I appreciate Commissioners Haney, also Commissioner Grammaros for coming out and looking at our kitchen, and we would like to be able to approach the council for kitchen renovations for our kitchen.
So I think you're going to need to break this up because number 2 has a different criteria, needs to be approved by the commission and the council because food is involved. So if you're going to take it up, you can take up number 1 and number 3 in one motion, and then number 2 in that second motion.
Very good. So I'll make a, first motion will be to approve the second one. For
Food.
For the food. And to approach, and from us, and then approach the council for that.
Okay, thank you.
I'll second that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. And then my second motion for that will be for the first and third request to approve both those to approach the council.
So we have a motion to approach the council, and I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, thank you.
Thank you. Our next one is consider permission for travel to Kissimmee, Florida. This would be from May 28th through the 31st. And Sean Fagan for the prosecutors.
Good morning. This is pretty much similar to the other later item on your agenda related to drug court. Is to send one of my deputies who does the drug court, the veteran treatment court, to send them to Florida for the All Rise Conference. There are no county funds involved. We will be using an allotment given to us by IPAC, Indiana prosecutors. We get it every year. We funded this deputy to go last year and year before. This person is also going to the state version of this either next month or in May. So it's all part of the same thing.
Make a motion to approve your request for travel.
So I have a question. I'll second, but then I have a question. So how many are you sending next week? One? And then on...
Next week?
Wasn't there two, you said you were going to send for both times? Because I know Steve had asked for both. The probation officers had asked for two different...
Yeah, one is the Indiana Office of Court Services that's sponsored by the Supreme Court. It does it's a few days down in Indy where it's related to matters related to drug court, other problem-solving courts, things that the Supreme Court is interested in. That, I believe we've already submitted.
Oh, so that's in Indy. Okay, so we don't have to add that one to this. So we're not adding anything to it.
Correct.
We're just doing for the Florida trip.
Yes, ma'am, and I believe we've already submitted and you've signed off on the, for the in-state travel. I believe if you need, and we've also submitted materials for this travel for All Rise to Ms. Gonzalez as well. So if you need anything, just any additional info, please let us know.
Yeah. Okay. We have a motion. I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. We did D, so we'll move on to E. Per IC code 3-11-1.5, we're requesting that the commissioners re-precinct authority to the County Election Board for City of LaPorte due to annex. So basically what we're going to do is, would you like to comment?
Right, so you have the ability under the statute to delegate that to the election board, who's in a better position to go ahead and re-precinct those areas, and then they'll report back to you at that point in time. So I recommend that you do that.
Do we do that by a simple motion or at this point, or
at this point, a simple motion? There is going to be a resolution that's going to have to
a resolution or ordinance?
It's an ordinance that's going to need to be done by the council's going to have their separate ordinance, and you're going to have a separate ordinance. But that doesn't need to be done right now.
All right. So I'll make a motion to move forward with granting permission to the election board for that.
Delegating your authority.
Delegating authority to the election board for the re-precincting.
So we have a motion. I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pass. And then under E, consider, oh no, we've already done that one. Did we? No.
F.
So F would be for the Kissimmee, Florida All Rise Conference, and this would be for Judge Greta Freeman and the drug court team. And so the drug court team would be the probation officers. So it's basically the same one that the prosecutor is going to go to, they're asking to go to as well.
I'd make a motion to approve Judge Friedman's request for travel to Kissimmee.
I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We had nothing under old business, new business. Consider contract with the COSCLA. What is it?
Suchless.
Oh, Suchless. Okay, that T is silent. Municipal Consulting LLC, and this would be for the auditor.
This is the same yearly contract that we've done with them for quite a while, right?
Yes, this person has just left whatever organization, and he's the one who's very familiar with us, and we're very familiar with him. Our team is very familiar with him, and he's the one that we want to work with. Unfortunately, certain trainings weren't done prior to me being taken office, so what we plan on doing is training more people to do this and start reducing the reliance upon contractors like this in the future. We'll still have them, but we're just trying to get our feet wet the first year, start training more people so that they can do it. I mean, we even took a budget training class yesterday to do this online, no cost. So, yes.
I'll make a motion to approve this contract.
So we have a motion, I'll second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And then the last thing is the update on the maintenance department. The actual committee has gotten together. We have decided to go ahead and put out 2 positions for hire. One would be the HVAC position, and the other one will be a maintenance individual. And then upon talking to that, our director had moved on to another position within the county, and so that opened up the director's position. And so I would ask that we appoint acting director, the Angie Davis, who is currently second in command. So can I have a motion for that?
I make a motion to appoint her as acting director of facilities, and also to advertise for the position of director of facilities.
Well, we actually don't do that. That would be the council. So they're the ones that do the advertising for open positions. Commissioners don't do that.
As the commissioners appoint that position, I believe we have the authority to advertise for it.
Okay, we'll run it through.
I can't answer that question off the cuff. I would need to look at that.
Well, I mean, we appointed a committee to do this, to work on it together. And so that was not the recommendations of the committee.
The
I will
committee was.
approve. I'll approve the first half of appointing
I withdraw
Angie.
my motion.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion, do it 2 separate ways. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Angie Davis as the acting director for the facilities appointment.
I'll second that for discussion. The Board of Commissioners and the council did appoint a building committee to go over some building issues that we had that workshop on. At no point did the Board of Commissioners delegate their responsibility or duty to appoint a facilities director to any committee. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm not willing to delegate that authority over to a committee. I may be outvoted at the next meeting, but you know, as far as abdicating our responsibility to appoint a facilities director to a committee that was, you know, basically an ad hoc committee.
So that's a separate issue. That's 2 different issues. I have asked for a motion to appoint Angie Davis as the director. And then if you'd like to do a second.
Acting director?
Acting director. And if you'd like to do a second motion to put that job out to bid, then we can do that as a second motion. Currently, what's actually on here, it is acting director of facilities appointment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So we
see
have a
that.
motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Nay, I believe they should be done jointly. We
Okay,
should appoint
so
an acting director
It dies as a,
and advertise
dies for
at the
elective.
same time.
Second, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you.